Okay, let's get started. Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review episode 288. I should have done this thing 2 days ago, but no time. So, excuse me, with this particular review, we are discussing the 288th episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, which is called Captives, and the 78th chapter of the manga. Now, this episode had... This is quite strange though about this episode. Is that they started... Now, here's the thing. Last episode adapted like halfway through chapter 57. It says from 57, 58. Of these two, 57 they adapted the first half of this chapter last episode. 58, they had actually adapted the first 8 pages with episode 220. And here, they adapted pretty much the rest. And the way they present this is that these two things are happening concurrently of each other. Because all the stuff of code, like in this episode with Ida, that's all from chapter 57. The stuff with Boruto and the rest of Team 7, that's all from chapter 58. No, seriously. That is how basically we presented basically with the material they got from this episode. They do make one character cut, which I'll get to that. So, when we get left of last episode, now they do make one cut and one anime edition, which I thought that was interesting. So, basically, first start off with Code. He realizes that he cannot hurt Ida, or Ada, and it's like, oh, she want to talk to him directly because he may have bad breath because she's been asleep for so long. So, she then proceeds to go brush her teeth. But they had an anime original moment here, which this little moment is because she's showing Bug guide him to the bar. Now, in the manga, they go straight to the bar after he brushes her teeth. In the anime, here's what happens. While she goes basically to clean up her breath, she stops by one of the guards of this place, who's got basically like a little Gatling gun attached to his hand. I'm like, who the heck the guy is? Bushwhacker from Daredevil? No, he isn't. So, she basically just hypnotized it with her power, just to show off. My only guess is the reason why they want to do it this early, despite the fact they don't really show the power of that really much at the start. You know, later on they do, but here they probably do it just to show the fact that it works. So she uses people to charm and basically forget her that she was there. Like, this is why she's supposed to be captive. So capsule, then she would proceed to brush her teeth. Code is drinking, looks like either whiskey or tequila. Not sure what he's drinking. Now you might be curious though. Did the anime come out the explanation of what the heck he's drinking? Not really per se. It looks like whiskey he's drinking. But in the case of what it was ice is, that this is something basically they kept from the manga too. You see, that type of drink, from what I can tell, I personally haven't tried the drink per se, but from what I can tell, it requires a big rock of ice to keep it cool. Basically, the rock of ice is basically the size of your hand. And my guess the drink has to serve cold. So, he's there drinking at the bar. And of course, if Ida, we're just discussing. Now, a lot of the stuff she says is pulled from the manga. But here's something interesting, though. They actually did something quite interesting. They show up another ability of hers, which is something that they do mention. This actually is canon. Where she can place on her head, of course, about jogging. That stuff is partially true. And of course, then we see her witnessing the events of chapter 58, where they cut out the whole thing with the medical, the medicine stuff. That was actually, they put that in the last episode. So, first we have Team 7, where they're just training, trying to bring chakra. Of course, Kamaki gets bored. Then, of course, basically, they proceed to have a, sparring match. Now, in the manga, we have Konohamaru here witnessing this along with Naruto. In the anime, he has been removed. Yes, they cut out Konohamaru from this episode. Despite the fact he's in the manga, he's not in the episode. Yep. Also, here's another big change. Sadara's attire is not the same as the manga because basically the anime uses her regular attire in the anime. The manga uses what she's using since the manga started. And my honest opinion, the anime outfit is better. I may love the manga, but I think her outfit in the anime is a lot better. So, excuse me. Most of the fight proceeds pretty much mostly the same as manga. Not really a change here. So with the exception of basically now Naruto does appear in the episode. He does have one line the entire episode, but it's thought in his head because he actually had a few more lines of dialogue in the chapter, which they completely cut out. So then, of course, you have Ida explaining her ability, the fact she can have true relationships. Well, apparently, her only power works on Akatsuki or blood relatives. So, and of course, Code reveals that Boruto's one too. It's like, okay, but it's like, oh yeah, you can keep Boruto. You can keep your 10 tails. I want Kamaki. That's what she says. Yes. So it's pretty much the same. Like the whole stuff with Code and Ida, the exchange they have is pretty much exactly the manga. The only thing they actually did change here is having her witnessing the events of another chapter, which is fine. And well, and of course you have the episode end with Code and he working together, and that's pretty much. And of course also that we do see Boruto. We do some training. He mentioned that. Oh yeah, I need to use my ability to help out basically everybody else. Yeah, just a really good episode. And I do like the fact we finally finished adapting to 59, 57, 58. My guess is probably next episode we're going to adapt from chapter 59. Presumably, anyways. That's my guess. But now we're on to the newest chapter in the manga, chapter 78. And this one is very important because stuff in this chapter explains some minor details of basically what was shown in the opening chapter of the series. And of course, also the first episode of the anime. The chapter is called Super Idiot. The color image is of Naruto. Naruto does not really physically appear in the chapter except flashback stuff. We saw with Shikamaru, who does notice that Naruto's chakra has vanished. And they say, oh yeah, his wife. It's Hinata. Yes. Yeah, I mentioned, oh yeah, in fact, it's like suddenly disappeared and suddenly registered. And then Himawari comes there, sees a picture crack in the ground. Yes, and of course she notices that her parents are missing. And then of course you have Boruto being informed of this by Shikamaru. What happening, like, why did they disappear? And despite being the cohabiting thing, he proceeds to leave. Like, he doesn't can't track him, of course. So Sumeri proceeds to try, like, hey, like, and of course, like, Boruto goes after him. And of course, Ida basically replays the events of what happened last chapter. We have the conversation between Boruto and Kawaki. It's like, reviewing his convo with Hokage, I say, Kawaki might be planning to killing Boruto again. And so I was like, kill Boruto again? What do you mean again? Yeah, and the thing is, Sasumori knew about this. Sadara. He made it sound like Kawaki before. I thought Kobe took Boruto down. What in the world? Kawaki's want to do the blow. Yeah, basically they agreed that Kawaki would kill him. Kawaki might try it again for the same reason. Sadara, no, it's too dangerous. Stop, Sadara. Sasumori is right. Kawaki may be fairly unstable right now. Rational conversation might be impossible. Will be possible. Leaving him to us. I only found out Boruto had died after he had already been resurrected. At the time, I didn't even know he was in danger. Now I know I can't stand around and do nothing. Hey, Sadara, don't tell me anything you know. That's the order. Sadara. And then we have... Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, there's one thing they did add to the episode. Boruto slicing up Kawaki's ninja headband. Which, in the manga, he didn't have a ninja headband. They made it up for the anime. Yeah, and of course, they were trying to glue it back together for comedy effect. So they meet on top of the Hokage mounts. We're just thinking, wait, are they basically leading us into the opening chapter of the series, just running around? Well, not entirely. He has ninja headband, well, Sasuke's ninja headband with the scrape process. He tried to use the ability to absorb it. It's not exactly working. So Kawaki is heading home, right? I thought he passed this way. He wondered, like, what are you doing? What did you do, Mom and Dad? And then he brings up with Jokin's cubes. He's like, Daikujin, a senjutsu that allows access to dimension where time is frozen. Lord 7th and your mom are there. What? Don't worry, they're all fine. They'll age a day or starve to death in there. Just, you'll never see them ever again. And of course, they have the cubes at him. They start their brawl. Slice. And of course, Boruto comes out with his full power of his karma. Absorbs Kawaki's power. These words cut off it. Right back at you, bro. And Mondo's puzzled with why no Kawaki is doing this. Like, what's going on? What's Kawaki doing? Sorry to be quiet. I'm still receiving intel. I heard he assaulted the Hokage. I can't believe it. It's a mistake. Unfortunately, we want to question about Kawaki's not cooperating. Plus, the Shunahoku makes it difficult to hold him. Worst case scenario, he may have to take measures. Yeah, and that's the only appearance of Armando the whole chapter. Continue to see the fight between Boruto and Kawaki, which lasts until Sadara shows up. Like, Kawaki, what's gotten into you? Say this once. If you don't want to die, don't butt in. Are you serious? Run, Sadara. He's going to listen to us say. He's really going to kill you. Yep, and she comes in. It's like, Sadara, all more reason to stay. As a shinobi deemed to Hokage. Shinobi Hokage. The shinobi are destined to die early. And then Boruto basically attacks her, saves her, but in the process, he gets his eyes slashed. Basically, if you saw in the flashback, he had another slash mark on his ninja headband. Not just the one across the forehead, but one like right here, like right around his right eye. Boruto, I'm fine, he missed around. But move aside, sorry, you feel in danger. And like about to stop him. And of course, Mitsuke shows up with Shikamaru. It's like, that's not Kawaki. Good news, scene process. And of course, nope, not really. And then Sasuke shows up. Where the heck have you been, dude? It's over, Kawaki. I'd rather not do this, but I'll kill you if you resist. And so I was very happy to see her father. And then Konohamaru shows up. Like, damn it, unbelievable. You okay, Boruto? What happens next, man? To you, Kawaki? What did you do to Naruto Hinata? At least, basically, Shikamaru first to Hinata by her action, but not just Hokage and his wife. I only know what had been done for Lord Seventh and for Koa's sake by extension. For Koa's sake, I don't follow. The only thing you're doing is sowing chaos around you. All I gotta say to you is that I never expected or even wanted you to understand. If you don't like what I'm doing, just kill me. Talking is pointless. Damn it, Bright, you're a pure idiot. And of course, you have Boruto's eye. Then we have his eye that made his debut, the whole ghost arc. Let me show this off here. Yeah, they have Boruto's eye become the way his little the thing usually that shows up whenever the ghost, whenever Sadara's Sumeri's creature goes out her. It's like, you, Momoshiki. And of course, it absorbs the Shadow Paralysis Jutsu. And of course, well, Sasuke's like, what? And then of course, then he just disappears. Actually, he jumps around. He jumps on top of the Naruto's head. And Naruto's like, you really want to kill me, don't you? I can't afford to take you down. Take on yet. What are you plotting? Were you helping me? You're surrounded, Kawaki. Hurry up and get lost, or you'll waste a chance I'll give you. And of course, Mitsuko tries to help. I was like, damn, he got away. Using Sokohuga quite a bit, so his chakra's running low. He can't hide forever. That's when we'll strike. And Shikamaru basically does what find means necessary. And then of course Boruto opens his eye and closes it. Yeah, so that eye was something that the villain of the film Last gave him. Yep. I kind of forgot his name, but yeah, he's responsible for giving that eye of his. It had shown popping before. Now it's a version of Byakugan, but it's a basically different version. You can take stuff that people can't really take. It's a little bit higher version of it. Sorry, because you got it's not your fault, Sadara. That blockhead super idiot. Yep, that's right. And then we see Illusion Momoshiki. Well done, boy. You lost one blue eye. You know this is just the beginning. You're going to lose everything in very short order. And it can no longer be stopped. The end has already begun. Interesting. Question: is this going to lead to a time skip? That's a really good question. Is this going to lead to time skip? Honestly, I don't really know. It is possible, but wow, what a damn good chapter. Who would have thunk, though, that we started to see signs of basically something that we'll see regularly in present day? But yeah, Kawaki has gotten away, but who knows what's going to happen next? I'm curious, though. And will this lead to a time skip? Because basically there's been rumors about a time skip for about a few years now. Heck, I've seen images online of an older version of Boruto and Sadara, where they're like, I think currently they're 12. I think the image I saw, they're like 15 or 16 years old. So, could we see a time skip? It's possible. But it is interesting, though. We finally get an explanation for Boruto's scar he had in the that was shown in the flash forward back in the first episode of the anime / first chapter of the manga. But were we going to see the destruction of the Kageville, the Hidden Leaf Village? No, thank God we didn't see that, because... Okay, so we got a couple things set up here that's basically set for the ending of the series, possibly, but who knows? Now, as far as I've heard, this is a point... Maybe Kishimoto's making some changes to what was presented in that flash forward. Maybe that's a possible future. It's possible. But who knows? We'll find out basically as the series continues. And can you believe we're only about 22 chapters away from chapter 100? So basically about 2 years we're going to reach chapter 100. Yes, that's if the manga reaches that far. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly it, particular view. Yeah, I thought we'd have time to watch next anime, but it's at 10 o'clock. But you're probably thinking, wait, normally you would go on and do another anime, but I have to get ready for bed because I'm driving to work. So if this was Friday, it would not be an issue, but it's Tuesday. So tomorrow, hopefully I get done more than one anime, but thank God I got done in the anime. Okay? Next video. Bye.